Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven.
I'm Alec, and today we're fat washing whiskey.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. As we said, today we are trying something a little bit different, something that I did in my spare time over the last week of fat washing whiskey. So fat washing whiskey, I think, is something that's not like super commonly known, but also not like unknown of. So basically,
I mean, I've never done it.
Well, remember
you see how serious with whiskey I've got. So.
Right, but remember at Adventure Stills, they had the coconut fat wash whiskey?
Yeah.
So I thought about that for a while, and one thing that I wanted to try was taking bacon grease and fat washing with that. So looked up a pretty easy...
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Exactly.
Kind of.
You know, keeping it sustainable. But so yeah, went online, found a really easy recipe. All it is basically you take 10 pieces of bacon strips, collect that amount of bacon grease, take 1.5 cups of whiskey of your choosing, and then you'll take both of them. Once the bacon grease has cooled down a little bit, put it into a bottle, let it sit at room temp, and then after about maybe half hour to an hour, take that bottle and you freeze it, okay? Leave it overnight, and in the morning you should have seen the fat go down, the whiskey go up, and it has pulled out some of those flavors. That's the idea, okay?
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay, so essentially you're taking bacon fat.
Yes, sir.
And you're mixing it with whiskey, and then they separate, obviously, because they have different densities.
Absolutely.
And then part of that is extracting the flavors.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, obviously, like, same thing should apply with a lot of other things, like so with the coconut, and you could do pretty much anything that has fats or oils to it, just depending on what you're trying to get out of it. And I guess the same thing is what you're doing with the wood chips, you know?
Yeah.
Ideally,
it's extracting flavors.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so for this experiment, I took the Bullet 95 rye. I had thought about a couple of other bottles, but I wanted something that you would truly get bacon flavor, like, separated from the normal flavor profile, and that's what I had in my collection at the time. So
and you also have a handle, so it's like
if
it goes poorly, you're not really wasting something that is too like hard on your soul, I guess.
Exactly. But then the last step basically is once you've actually had them separate out, you'll take a coffee filter or something that you can, separate the rest of the oils that didn't get completely solidified out with. So we use Steven's Chemex and one of your, what were they?
So I just use the Hario V60. Essentially, it's a coffee filter.
Coffee filter. Easy as that.
Just a fancy coffee filter.
Yes. And that was after I had already strained it through one of my basic coffee filters at home. So theoretically, this should kind of give us the end result that I'm looking for, but this could easily go very good or very bad.
Inside, Bullet 95.5 rye, and then this is going to be, or I guess MJP 95.5 rye, if we're going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And then this is the fat wash rendition of it, which
Yes.
12 hours of fat washing, essentially.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
All right.
And starting off, let's just get the baseline, which is, again, that 95.5 rye. Which is fantastic.
It is indeed. Good old...
For a budget rye, this is actually really good.
Oh yeah, when I saw it at Costco for like $40 for the handle, I was like, you cannot beat that.
Yeah, because that comes down to like $19 a bottle, which is
pretty much on par with it. Yeah.
Oh, it's herbal. It's like minty. Got a little bit of like a black licorice.
Mm-hmm.
A nice like honey vanilla.
I was gonna say, for me, it has like a sweet, like, almost like, not like kiwi, but like there's some kind of like weird...
I was gonna say pear.
Okay, yeah, like some kind of like green fruit in there that's kind of different.
Ooh, pear and green grapes.
And light.
Herbal, minty, light, citrus. There's way more like, it's like an orange note on the palate, along with like lemon lime. It's just like, dude, citrus and like herbal, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but then it has like a nice underlying baseline of like an oaky vanilla too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not heavy. That's what's really nice about it. It's super light.
No, the oak it's very sweet oak, and it's toned down very light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just that like citrus and like herbal, like herbaceous, like tea note.
Urban essence.
Urban essence, yeah. That's not a real word, right?
I was going off of the band Evanescence, but sure,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I was just making sure you're the college educated.
Oh, says the dude who's over here, blendologist.
Yeah, fair enough.
For weeks.
Okay, so this is your typical 95.5 rye.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people watching have already had the bullet, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. Let's get into the Fat Wash one.
All right.
Let's see what 12 hours in the fat did to you, buddy.
Well, you can tell just straight off the bat, it is darker in color for sure. It has a...
Yeah, it's thicker too, like it's cloudy.
Yeah.
Dude, it just smells like breakfast, dude.
It's like bacon. On the end of the nose, there's still like a little bit of that citrus in there. So it's almost like...
Oh yeah,
it's
a lemon.
Yeah, but you like cooked it in bacon fat.
Yeah, you lost a lot of that, like, the herbal notes. It's mostly just, like, bacon, caramel, vanilla, oak, and then that nice little lemon at the end to kind of wrap it all up. So typically with something like this, you wouldn't actually try it the way we're trying it. You would use this for a cocktail, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think doing this straight up is a little bit extreme, you might think.
Yeah, because this, I mean, it definitely changed it. It's just a completely different nose at this point.
Now, I guess one other thing to think about that could change the overall result is that I did cook the bacon in a cast iron pan compared to just a regular pan.
So you're probably getting some of that
leftover,
that seasoning.
Yeah, which I think is not a bad thing by any means.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, oh, that's weird. Oh, why did it get like that? Oh. I was not expecting that. It got very, like, charred?
What was
that, charred meat?
That's peated. That's peated, kind of.
Yeah, it tastes like unsmoked peated whiskey, almost.
Ooh.
It's like...
I don't like the feeling it has in my throat.
No, I don't like the viscosity of it, because it's a little bit too thick.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's like charred meat.
Yeah. And like, there's not really even like much of a whiskey. There's almost no citrus in here anymore. But it like has not even a lot of whiskey flavor to it now.
It's like bacon, charred brisket, maybe a little bit of like herbs, like baking herbs, like clove and thyme.
Oh, okay.
And like vanilla, I guess. But that's me like reaching for it. It's like, it's bacon.
Yeah, it's like 80% bacon and then 20% everything else that we just said.
So what I will say is this might actually be fun in like an old fashioned or something like this.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a bacon old fashioned cocktail syrup. Let's just, that was probably way too much syrup. So overall, it's basically just gone
bacon.
Bacon. It's bacon, burnt brisket.
Yeah.
It tasted like boozy meat.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you get a bourbon glazed steak, but not a bourbon glazed steak.
It was like steak glazed bourbon.
Yeah.
All right, try that in the old fashioned.
Okay.
I do kind of like the nose though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's very interesting. I completely dislike it on the palate. The finish is disgusting. But the nose is kind of fun. It's playful, you know.
Okay, I think you did put a little too much of that in there because now it's like overly syrup, but then like a little bit of smokiness.
Here. So if you're gonna do something like this, you wouldn't use only the Fat Wash whiskey, right?
Probably not. You'd probably do like a half and half or 3/4 or I don't know the exact ratio.
So we just put the rest of we're like,
yeah,
this has gone off the rails. This is gonna be a fun edit. But so MGP 95.5 rye from Bullet, mixed with the Fat Wash Bullet, mixed with some Elijah Craig Old Fashioned cocktail syrup.
Maybe this is gonna be the best thing we've ever had right here.
Dude, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's that the extra like just normal rye whiskey brought out those herbal citrus notes. You get that fatty, fatty notes in the back on the finish.
Mm-hmm. The way like peat kind of picks up on you.
And then the overall is just that like cocktail syrup from the old fashioned, which obviously this is not as good as a real old fashioned, but like it does a job. It just makes a very sweet old fashioned.
For a baseline, right?
Yeah,
kind of
it just brought in some sweetness.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some validity to it in cocktails, I will say. Yes. Straight up, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
But in a cocktail, could be fun to play with. That's a wrap for this video though. Please do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys thought about our video. Let us know what you guys thought about our breakdown of this
fat washing whiskey.
Nightmare of not a concept. I like the concept, but like this video just kind of went off the rails at some point.
Hey, it was fun.
Yeah. Let us know if you guys have if you do this with anything, and if you do it, what do you use it for? And
how do you do it?
Yeah. If you use it for cocktails, what cocktails do you put it in?
Yes.
What fats do you use? I don't know.
Yeah. Also check us out on social media and Patreon, and we will hopefully bring you something better next time.
Yeah. Link for that is down there below. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.